Guys, I swear this is probably my last video talking about Ilia Topuria for a little bit because it's been nonstop glazing since about 2 weeks ago. But I had to make this video. Okay, this is probably the most important video you're gonna see relating to Ilia Topuria. Okay, and if you're one of these Max Holloway fans or a Volk fan, which we all are at the end of the day, we all are. I just hope you genuinely listen to this video because Ilia Topuria is no longer, he's not the villain. He's not the villain. We can play him up to be the bad guy and, act like he's, the villain won again. And, I've seen a lot of this narrative on YouTube where it's, Ilia Topuria is the new villain. And I think I've even made a video on it because, he trash talks, right? And we've seen that, he's trash talking and, oh my god, he's so cocky and confident. Dude, this guy's a total, he's the new villain in the UFC. I don't see it that way. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't see it as if he's the new Colby Covington or, whatever you want to say. Whoever you think the biggest villain is in the UFC. I don't think Ilia is a villain. I literally think he's a hero. Okay, and I've said that before. And I really want to explain why I think he's a hero. Because I think this is an important video for those people who are maybe now finally starting to see that Ilia isn't the local bum who fluked a win over Josh Emmett somehow, even though he 50-42'd him, and then, fluked the win over Volk, and that's it. And, Volk was already cracked, and, that's it, and, all this. Now that he's beat Holloway, can we finally give him some credit? And I think a lot of people are. They're starting to see, Ilia's the real deal. And if you're on the fence, dude, this video is I'm gonna be fucking shifting your opinion, okay? Because I'm sick of people, saying that, oh, I've seen a lot of this where, dude, I like that Ilia kid, I love his fights, like his fight style, but a little too cocky for me. I don't really like his attitude. I don't really like his, I don't like his personality. No, we're not gonna say that because, dude, this guy is a great example. Okay, I've said this before. He's a great example. He's showing you that his self-confidence, his self-belief, and, his manifestation always plans out. It always plans out. This guy said he's going to knock out Max Holloway. At first, even as an Ilia, glazer, myself, I said, that's crazy. A couple months ago, I said, knock out Max Holloway. That's crazy. I could see him doing it. I could see him winning. And when it came time to make my official pick, I did pick him. I picked him by KO. I picked him by KO in the 4th round, and he got it done in the 3rd round. That's insane. I thought it was going to be late KO or decision, and he gets it done in the 3rd round. If you told me Max Holloway is going to get knocked out in the 3rd round by anyone at any point in his career, as somebody who's followed Max and loves Max, and he's one of the guys who got me into the sport, I would have never thought that, Max Holloway is going to get his chin cracked. He's literally, arguably, and I think I did a poll on this before. I think you guys voted that he's the best chin in the UFC. Now it's probably Cheeto or Marvin Vettori, my boy Cheeto. But dude, at one point we all considered him to have the best chin in the UFC, and if it weren't for what Topuria did to him, I think most of us would have had him as the best chin in the UFC. And he did eat a lot of shots from Ilia anyways. I mean, it just shows how powerful Ilia is, and I've been saying this shit, bro. But we can't get off track. We gotta stick on to why he's the hero. And I'm gonna convert you guys. In case, I'm sure you guys listening are probably Ilia fans by now. But if there's a couple guys who are gonna say, bro, no, Diego Lopez, please save us. Diego Lopez, please save us. Movsar Evloev, please save us. Like, bro, we're really gonna root against this guy that much? This guy is literally telling you to believe in yourself. That's all he says. Like, to the fans, that's all he says in this narrative. This is what I hate. The narrative that he's a trash talker. Oh, we got the biggest trash talker in the UFC here. This guy, dude, this guy's he's too evil, bro. He's a meanie. He's a meanie head. This narrative is bullshit. Okay? Because at the end of the day, what's so bad about his trash talk? Like, what has he said that offended you so much? If you're, a Max fan, if you're a Volk fan, what has he said that offended you so much? Maybe that he's gonna knock you out? He's gonna knock you out. Well, he did knock you out, so is that really trash talk? Or that, you're not the best boxer in the UFC? Okay, well, okay. That's been proven multiple times. And, you know, it's just facts. I'm sorry, it's just facts. He literally only says facts. And that's not me being a glazer, like, oh, it's just facts what he's saying. That's me saying he's not saying anything, like, outlandish. He's not saying, Max Holloway is the dumbest motherfucker in the UFC. Unlike, you know, Max Holloway, who called Ilia Topuria the dumbest motherfucker. He's not really doing personal attacks. The most I've seen, maybe, is him saying, you know, Max Holloway has a crooked nose, or stuff like that. You know, he said stuff like that. Other than that, he's never attacked a family member. He's never done anything like this. And then you'll have these people, and I have a case study in person. You know, I've talked about my friend in person before. One of my friends who is the biggest Conor glazer, pretty much, to this day, even though Conor's a cocaine addict, and, you know, he's pretty much never gonna fight again. But, you know, this guy won't give Ilia any credit. And I've seen, these are real people. They don't give Ilia any credit because they still think, copying McGregor. Copying McGregor. And copying McGregor is the biggest sin in the world, you know? So, no credit whatsoever to Topuria because he's copying McGregor. This idea that he's copying McGregor, sure, I don't care. I don't honestly care at this point if he's copying McGregor. Actually putting it all on the line. Saying what he's gonna do. Risking humiliation. That's how much he believes in himself. And that's what all he preaches to the fans, is to believe in yourself. And to, you know, work for your goals. And that's it. And, you know, believe in God, all this stuff. Even if you're not a faith motherfucker, if you're not a big guy who's into faith, still, he's just telling you to believe in yourself, bro. And people will act like he's, like, crucifying you. And then they'll go, glaze McGregor. Or glaze Colby Covington. That's the worst, because my friend does this. My friend, in real life, glazes McGregor and glazes Colby Covington. And then says, I just don't like Ilia because he's too fucking cocky, bro. He's just an asshole. He's a dick. So McGregor, who trash talk people in terms of going after their family, like Khabib, farting in Aldo's face, like all these, I mean, listen, I'm a McGregor fan, but, you know, dude, he did do some disgusting stuff. He had the best trash talk in the UFC, but that meant he literally tormented people. That's literally what he did. He literally tormented people, and he didn't apologize afterwards, okay? You didn't see Conor McGregor, after, you know, beating somebody, he didn't go hug them and, you know, give them kisses. He'd be on the fucking mic saying, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. That's what he'd say. And then you got Ilia Topuria on the other hand, you know, he's a great fighter. I love Max Holloway. I like this guy. I want to be friends with him. You know, just saying how he wants to be friends with Max, shaking Volk's hand, giving Volk, you know, a kiss on the forehead. All this stuff. He's so respectful to his opponents after he defeats them. And I'd like to argue that even in the build-ups, he's really not that bad of a trash talker. Like, in terms of, I already said this, I'm not going to repeat myself, but he's never going after you personally. He's never really doing that. Maybe he'll chuck a couple things, say, you know, you got a crooked nose, you got this. Maybe he'll call you stupid. I don't even think he's done that, but, you know, that's what he'll do. And that's like the grade school level trash talk. And people act like he's out here Colby Covington, insulting your dead father, and they'll go glaze Colby Covington. Because, you know, he's an American, you know, he's a warrior. Ilia Topuria, that guy's fucking, you know, that guy's a dumbass. That's literally, it's so crazy how biased they are, bro. And that's why I'm asking you, like, if you're a Max and Volk fan, I hope by now you can, you know, you're allowed, I'll tell you this, you're allowed on the Ilia bandwagon, but this is your last chance. This is your last chance to board the Ilia Express, Topuria Express. I gotta think of a good name, but listen, bro. If you don't believe by now, I don't know why you wouldn't believe. And I don't know why you wouldn't see this guy as a bit of a hero, bro. When he's doing everything he says he's going to do, he's so respectful to everybody he beats. He is a picture-perfect guy. I mean, this guy speaks 4 languages. This guy, family man. I mean, dude, he's a picture-perfect example of what you should be as a fighter. Very respectful, believe in yourself, undefeated, never lost. Lost like 2 rounds in his entire career. Still, if you want to say, maybe he's lost 3 actually. I should say that now because he might have lost a round to Max Holloway. But, you know, the judges did have him up 2-0. But he could have lost, you know, round 1 or round 2. Those both were super close rounds. But regardless, man, this guy is a prime example of believing in yourself. He's like Mystic Mac. in terms of, law of manifestation, or law of attraction, manifesting, all this stuff. And then, he'll trash talk, right? And I feel like I don't really know what it is. I don't know why people don't like him so much at this point. Like, at this point, I get in the past, if you weren't a believer, if you're a guy who finds it really hard to believe, oh, this guy believes in himself, he's too cocky. Because that's the thing that I literally hated in the Max buildup, is him saying that he was going to knock out Max Holloway, and he's not on my level. All this stuff, and that I'm the new generation. That was taken as him saying, I'm going to kill Max Holloway's family, and I hate Max Holloway, and he's the worst fighter I've ever seen, and I fucking hate him. That's what these guys took it as. These Ilia Topuria haters, they just took it as, Ilia going after everything Max Holloway's ever done. No, he was just saying he's going to knock him out, and that's what happened. Like, I'm sorry, he believes in himself, and all the more reason to like this guy. He did something nobody's ever done, and he said he was going to do it. How insane do you have to be to say something outlandish like you're going to knock out Max Holloway, a man who's never been knocked out, and then do it? Nobody's ever done that before. This wasn't a I'm going to KO Volk situation where we saw, Islam KO'd him. So, okay, it's insane to think he KO'd Volk because Volk's never been KO'd at featherweight. But we saw Islam KO him. We've never seen Max KO'd, okay? We've never seen this. We've never even thought it was possible until we saw Ilia Topuria. And I believed in him. And then, he believed in himself. He believed in himself, right? And he gets it done. People didn't want to believe. People said, there's no way he's KOing Max. He does it. And people are still going to discredit him and act like he's this villain. He's a villain. He's a villain, dude. Dude, he's literally a hero. Okay, he's telling you, if you believe in... Like, I'm not going to say it again. I'm not going to say it again because I've said it too many times. And I'm getting completely off track now. But, dude, just look into it, man. Just look into it. Last chance to believe in him. And in order to join the Ilia Topuria fan club, man, you do have to believe he's going to beat Islam. Okay, you do have to believe what he says. Because at this point, if you don't believe what he says, why not? Why not? If he says he's going to sub Islam... Listen, I think this guy could easily knock out Islam. I've said it before. Islam's been knocked out by a right. So before you go, what the fuck? Knock out Islam. Yeah, right. He knocked out Max Holloway. And Islam has been knocked out by a right. I said this in my video before. I have a video on it. Go look in the past. Remember when I did that little... If you're around on the channel, if you've been here, you've seen this. You've seen the screenshot that I posted in my Ilia GOAT video a couple months ago. I said he's going to beat Islam. He's going to be Islam's toughest fight. And people would look at you like a fucking crazy person if you said that. But now is it so crazy to think he could beat Islam? And if you still think it is, I'm sorry, dude. You can't. You're not a real believer, bro. You're not an Islam. You're not an Ilia fan. You can't be in the fan club, man. You're not allowed in the fan club. Okay? This is your last chance to join. It's your last chance to join. It's a very, beautiful community of, believers who believe in themselves, who want to better themselves, who ultimately, just pursue your dreams, man. Follow your dreams. That's all Ilia Topuria tells you to do, man. One of my favorite quotes from Ilia Topuria. Share, if you're still listening, let me know your favorite Ilia Topuria quote. If you're Spanish, man, I'll translate this for you. He says, if nobody's done it before, if nobody's done it before, these guys say I have my head in the sky. But the thing is, I have my head in the sky, but I have my feet on the ground. I have my feet on the ground, but I have my head in the sky. And if no one's done it before, I'm going to be the first to do it. Okay? That's really something beautiful to think about. Ilia Topuria, just what a poet this guy. Okay? If you don't speak Spanish, you're not going to understand the beauty behind Ilia Topuria. Okay? But really, guys, we got to consider this guy a hero. He's going to knock out Islam, but he's not going to knock him out because he could knock him out. He's going to submit him. He's going to do what Islam's best at. He's going to beat him at what he's best at. And that's why you got to love this guy. He doesn't go out there. We saw he could fucking pick up Max. Okay, not many people can just pick up Max and slam him down. He didn't hold him down, but he did. He had some good grappling moments. He could have just kept shooting takedowns. He could have went in there with a boring game plan and beat Max Holloway. And I'm sure a lot of us might have thought, sure, if Ilia mixes in the takedowns, he could take this to a decision and beat him. What does he do? He doesn't do that. He fucking knocks out Max Holloway. He beats him at what he's best at, okay? So, if you don't like this guy by now, I don't know how you can. I'm sorry, dude. I honestly think of these Ilia haters as miserable. Because you don't, it's just like, how? At this point, how do you not like this guy? But, you know, go ahead. I understand if you're a Diego Lopez fan. That's the thing. It's so hard being an Ilia fan as well, because you got to root against these guys who are fan favorites. And I feel like if Ilia were doing this against, you know, Lerone Murphy, people would be Ilia fans, because it's not Max Holloway, it's not Volkanovski, it's not these fan favorites. But I'm sorry, he's gonna have to do it against the fan favorites. But that's just what it is, bro. It's about believing that he's gonna do it against these guys and not being so fucking stuck up on it. I'm a Max Holloway fan. He's my top 5 favorite fighter. I fucking love Max Holloway. I'm gonna be from now on, if you've been on this channel and you think this kid's a Max Holloway hater, because I've said stuff like Max Holloway fans are delusional thinking he's gonna beat Ilia. I've said all these things. I've said Max Holloway's gonna get knocked out. It happens. I'm gonna be glazing Max from now on, okay? He's gonna beat Dan Hooker. If he fights Dan Hooker, he's gonna beat Dan Hooker. He beat fucking Uncle Gaethje. We all knew that was gonna happen. He would beat Dustin in a rematch. I'm gonna be the biggest Holloway glazer, and I'm also gonna be a big Volk glazer. We need Ilia's legacy to, you know, be improved, even though it already is. He's already in the top 10. I'm gonna make a GOAT list video. I said this guy was gonna be in the top 10 ages ago as well, bro. If he beats Max, it's just, dude, it's insane to see a guy with this self-belief and it comes true. And people are still gonna fucking, you know, this isn't impressive, bro. It's not impressive. I don't fucking care, you know. Diego Lopez, please save us. Please save us from this entertainment. From a guy who has 14 finishes, 8 by submission, 6 by knockout, 2 decisions, the most dominant decision, fucking 50-42. Like, bro, he's him, okay? Let's just, last chance to join the fucking fan club, bro. Last chance. If you don't believe he's gonna beat Islam, don't even bother. Don't even bother if you're one of these guys. Brother, he too small for Islam, brother. Brother, he too small. Volkanovski, even though Volkanovski gave him his hardest fight, but, you know, he's too small. All good. That's it for the video. Last video glazing Ilia. I'm sure people are fucking pissed by now, in case you're, you know, one of these guys who thought Max was gonna win or whatever. But listen, that's it for the video. I'll get back to the fucking tier list, you know, chop tier list, boy. I'll get back to that. I'll get back to all these, you know. I think I'm gonna make I don't know. We'll see what I make. We'll see you guys in the next one, though. That's it for the Ilia glazing. I'm gonna do an Ilia video soon, though, about him beating Islam. Okay, I'm gonna put on the fucking, you know, the fossil hat, what's it called? You know, the exploration hat or whatever, and I'm gonna explore some Islam tape. I'm gonna find his holes in his game, and I'm gonna tell you why Ilia will submit Islam, even though he can knock him out. But that's it for the video, guys. He's the fucking hero. He's a hero. Explain to me why he's not. If you don't think he's a hero, he literally is a hero. But see you guys in the next one. Peace.